Kelby's back.
In one room, we have Brown from the Asian lands.
Hey.
Sunil. In one room, we have Brown from the border.
What it is?
You're supposed to say it. You're supposed to say
Oh,
it.
orale.
Hold up. Hold up.
Nope.
That's it. That's you.
Yeah, I did.
The Felipe Esparza of the group.
Hey, fool. They put their dogs on the roof over here.
How's the border doing?
It's fresh. It's clean.
Every week.
Yeah.
It's fresh. It's clean. So fresh. It's so clean.
As Outcast.
And how is Asia doing?
Yo. I don't know.
Nobody cares.
Yeah. No, hey, that's probably accurate.
Okay, listen.
How was your engagement?
Well, it was a great day. By the end of the day, we kind of realized like this is not gonna work.
Oh,
She didn't say yes?
Well, she was like, yeah, I guess.
Oh, okay.
You know, but that wasn't enough for me.
How's the surgery?
Yeah.
I was just like, you're not gonna be excited about this, like I guess, you know. So I called it off.
Yo, we had a lot of people calling in congratulating you.
Really?
Yeah.
On my BBL and my engagement? Yeah, I heard.
Yeah. Well,
It's
I
all
mean,
for you, man.
you did it.
Yeah.
What do you
No,
mean you
I see
heard?
it.
Like,
No,
you're part of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
I also listened.
So all for Kelly.
At least all of my stuff are real. Sam goes to rallies. You go,
Yeah.
go to the border. You, well.
What's real about me, bro?
You know. So here's the thing. I went to the mall yesterday and I saw a bald man get out of the bathroom.
Here we
He
go.
washed his hands and I tell you, this is not the only time I've ever seen this. The bald man throws water on his face, but then he slides it across his head and the back of his neck. Bald men clean their whole head when they wash their hands. And Sunil told me with incredible speed on Twitter that this is not true. But the honest truth is they do.
No, look,
Is it
you
be-
might have seen 1, 2, how much?
5 or 6.
5 or 6 in how many bald men have you seen in your life in the bathroom?
Well, I'm not following them in there.
Well, you
I'm
should
just
be.
saying.
Yeah,
I'm just saying to overgeneralize in that sense.
Why is that a bad thing, though?
I'm
You
just
guys have
saying.
clean heads.
Look, it's not about the cleanliness of the head. If it is being done by a bald man, it is because where people with hair on their head get to hide their sweat, bald men don't have that same ability. So if it's hot outside and the top of your head is sweating, you put the water on there to cool yourself off, dry it off, so that you're not out there with beads, sweat beads on the top of your head.
Isn't this better than just saying, like, we don't do that?
But it's not accurate. You
You've
said
never washed your
all bald men are doing that. Absolutely. If I'm super sweaty after playing basketball, all that kind of stuff, and I splash water on my face, I'll splash water on my head, and so you.
But the thing I don't
wipe off
understand is
everything.
hair makes more sweat. It just be dripping all over the place. So if you just why don't you just wipe your head?
It you can wipe your head too, but if you have water, it makes it like cools it off.
Look at that.
Cool your body temperature. Shave
Boy.
your head. You'll know.
Would you ever get a hair transplant?
Probably not now.
Too late. Because everybody's seeing you with the bald.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'll be like, that guy has a fake head.
That guy's a liar.
Yeah, but I think in the past I probably would have once I still
definitely
had
would.
hair.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I'd go right to Istanbul.
Right on.
You ever seen those Instagram accounts?
Yes.
Hair of Istanbul?
Yes.
Oh, boy. I'd go out there and I'd learn the language.
There's just so much cool stuff you could do with hair now.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm black, so it's been like that forever. I think you guys are just learning that.
Yeah.
I could get a fade.
No.
Wait, what?
In India, they do wild stuff with their hair.
Really?
India's the one that be using the like fire to cut people's hair and like
Is that
I've
bad?
and
seen
stuff
that.
like that. Yeah.
Or like a sword.
Yeah. Why do they do that? I'm scared to say like the reason, but like, is it an art?
I think it has to do with
Is it an art or it just?
yeah, it's definitely an art form.
Okay. I didn't know that. I just
think
thought they
it's
didn't
just-
have
I think
Let
clippers.
somebody
just-
come to my head with a sword.
I don't know about the
I
sword
gotta
thing. I don't know about the sword thing, but the fire thing is for real.
It's not
crazy.
a thing for Instagram.
Nah,
They
do
really
it.
cut your hair with fire.
Well, it's not necessarily to cut the hair. I think it's to the ends, like the dead. It
Yeah, but you don't
burns all the
smell
dead
burnt
stuff.
hair all day. Like
How bad does burnt hair smell?
Really bad.
I wouldn't know, but
I don't think
Burnt hair
I've smelled it maybe.
Burnt
but I
hair
don't
is
know.
really bad.
Really? If it's on your head or if it's just somewhere.
Just in general, the smell of it. It's not something that'll last forever, but I mean, just that initial scent is not.
We
not
should try
nice.
it.
give me a head real quick.
Well, no. I was just gonna say I'll cut a piece of your hair because you're the only person
I
with
have
long
longer
hair,
hair, yeah.
and then we could burn it.
Go for it. I won't be able to participate in this experience.
That's true. So
I'll
Miles hasn't
say-
been able to smell.
COVID?
No, just never been
He was
able to
born
smell.
with COVID.
Oh,
I was born.
in general.
I was born with.
Does that
COVID.
mean food doesn't taste the same to you?
That's everybody? Asks
Everybody
that.
says the same
Everybody
thing.
asks that. No, food tastes.
Well, you wouldn't
pretty
know.
He has no clue. He's never tasted anything.
That's
good.
it.
Yeah.
In his mind, he's like,
I imagine what it is, and I go.
in his mind, he's like, yo, this is what everything tastes like, but then we're tasting something completely
right.
different.
It's actually good.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's true. You
He
wouldn't
has
know.
like white people
Yeah.
senses where
Right.
mayonnaise is actually spicy.
No.
Now, here's my question.
Go ahead.
I think I already asked you this, but is your memory weird?
You were talking about that too. I know it's pretty good. I mean,
What's memory have to do with anything?
Because the strongest link to smell is your memory.
it's memory.
Oh.
Yeah. So typically people are like, they smell something they're like, oh, my grandma used to make that. And they remember stuff from their childhood based on smell. It's the number one thing connected to your
Right.
memory.
Yeah. No, my memory's pretty good. I will say like depends on the dark soda, but a lot of them taste. I can't like super delineate. What
Wow,
sodas
he just
are.
said all dark things look the
That
same.
soda.
Well, he's not slurping me
Soda.
up anytime soon.
Is he?
Listen, unless you offer, it's not happening.
Offer what?
Your face. I don't know.
My fist? My goodness.
Yes.
Yeah, no, the honest truth about those dark sodas is most diets taste the same and most full fats taste the same.
Yeah, I figured.
You know, so the only real difference in sodas is Dr. Pepper does not taste like Coke.
Right.
beer.
Yeah, I can tell that.
Say it again.
Root beer.
Root beer.
That has a
the
definite-
cream soda.
yeah.
They have to be like those extreme flavors
Right.
where
Yeah.
it's like,
But you're talking like Sierra Mist to Sprite,
yeah, it's like
But
or
that's not
what's
dark.
the other one? Pepsi and Coke. Can you taste
Pepsi.
the?
You could tell
You
the
could-
difference between Pepsi and Coke.
you can tell the difference between Diet Pepsi and Diet Coke.
I could tell the difference between both. Pepsi to me is sweeter than Coke, and I
It
like
is.
Pepsi better than Coke.
Oh no, that's crazy.
Yeah.
What do you only eat at KFC?
We just lost our Coca-Cola
Yeah,
sponsorship.
we love Coca Cola.
Yeah.
Well,
And
is
regular
Coca-Cola and Pepsi owned by the same people?
Are they?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I think one is PepsiCo and one is Coca Cola.
Big soda.
No, but I think they were all bought out by the same. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
I had the same thought too, and then I told my students something like that, and I looked it up, and I had egg on my face. I look stupid.
So what you been doing, Kelby?
Shoot,
Where you
know?
been?
So I've been working on a project, and even though I'm not an editor, I've been editing a lot. So that's been the core focus of my time. The last 2 weeks, I was supposed to be, going to work and all that stuff. I had to take the entire week off to work on it. And then also I had another project come up, and I was working on it with a team of people, but I ended up having to redo the whole thing anyways. So my schedule has been pretty jacked up. And any free time I have nowadays, I'm in a thing now.
Right.
So I just kind of like give 5% of my time or 10%, like right there. But yeah, for the most part, that's pretty much what I've been up to. What
I'm
about
glad
you?
business is booming.
Yeah, it's doing okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same. Just work. Work during the day. Working on the YouTube channel at night.
Oh, you're on that still?
Yeah, man.
Sweet.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
You gotta
man.
plug
I
it.
thought you quit.
Nah. I had a couple week hiatus, and then I'm back.
But football's
on it.
over. Oh, basketball.
No, it's all football still. It's off season stuff.
What are they doing in off season?
Well,
Odell
free
Beckham
agency's
Jr.
about
just
to-
walked.
Free agency's about to start in a couple days, and then the draft is in a month. And then all about like forecasting what your team's gonna do during the season.
I see. Are you catching up with basketball?
Nah, I kind of fell off basketball. a little
What?
bit, yeah.
Is it because you're a Laker fan?
I am a Laker fan. That is part, but I kind of stopped watching basketball as much because there was so much politics in it in a time where I didn't want to have my sports mixed with politics. I just you know what I mean? Like everything was politics at that time. NBA went real heavy into the politics as well. And it was just like, man, like everywhere we go now, we got to deal with this. So I tend to watch football MMA big time because
They be having them stuff on their helmets though.
yeah,
Free
but
the
it's not like in your face in the sense they're talking about it in every single thing, and like the announcers are talking about it, the players are talking about it. I get it. I'm not trying to say they shouldn't do it, but for me, I was like, I hear politics all the time. I just want to not have to deal with politics, so it kind of just made me not watch basketball as much.
So do you play R. Kelly songs?
Yeah.
All right, let's move on.
Thanks for watching. We got it.
Did you guys see that Tyrese shared a message from R. Kelly from prison?
I did not.
Yeah, and everyone was like, "You probably should have kept that to yourself."
What did he say?
Yeah, he was like sending in condolences. His mom died, and he was like, "Robert's the best."
Oops.
I don't know about all that.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah, he was like, I want to put a studio in prison so we can make songs together and stuff like that.
Tyrese is that desperate that he's like, I need to get this type of clout. Like nobody is.
Jeez.
He was on set for something.
Yeah, he's making big movies, but I'm saying like his music career is.
Oh yeah.
He's that desperate that he's like, let me work with R. Kelly, so at least I'll get
blast R. Kelly on
Let me ask
Twitter.
you this: if you're a musical artist, and I don't know if Sabalos would know this person, but would you make a song with Tory Lanez right now?
Yes.
Wow. What about you? I don't think you know.
No.
Okay. You would not, or you don't know who that is?
Both.
Okay.
Keep it simple.
You
Got it.
think Tory Lanez is untouchable right now?
I don't think he's untouchable, but I don't know if I want to touch him.
I mean, isn't the stuff
Tory
that-
Lanez
I don't know all the
allegedly-
stuff that's coming out, but it's not like slam dunk. Let's just put it that way.
You don't think so?
I mean, that's what that's what people have been discussing about it, right?
I don't know.
I feel like I feel like if somebody shot you in the foot or shot you in general,
Allegedly.
it's pretty open.
alleged. That's facts.
I'm saying, but
Tasha K.
that's the whole thing. But I'm saying, like, it's pretty. There shouldn't be that much gray area. That's just how I look at it. I mean, obviously, I don't know, and I'm gonna let the justice system like work its way through this. But in my mind, if you got shot by somebody, there's not like a question about it. It's like it happened. How I don't know how somebody could be like, I didn't do that, and be so strong that they didn't do that they take it to court.
Uh-huh.
I mean, clearly there's other stuff going on there. He made an album about, like, you know what I mean? Like, he's going out on a limb. I mean, I guess it's possible because we just saw what Juicie's doing right now. But I mean, like,
Well, we're gonna talk about Juicy.
but I guess for me,
I am
it
not
just,
suicidal.
yeah, for me, it's a little too, I don't know, it's just too confusing for me to be like it's open and shut. I still think that there's
Something at play.
yeah, there's something going on.
I think the difficult thing is that day when academics came out and he said that they didn't find his prints on the gun, but it actually came out to be inconclusive. So you know the difference between we didn't find the prints and inconclusive, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that to me doesn't say he's off the hooks.
Right.
That says to me the hook is right there. We just don't know yet if we could just cinch it.
Oh, but that's you taking it to the other extreme.
No.
What I'm saying is
right in the middle.
inconclusive.
What does that mean?
Inconclusive means they couldn't prove it like within a whatever reasonable thing. Like the results came back.
They
and
just don't know.
They don't know, right? But that could mean that somebody else's prints are on there. It could mean that it's not his prints, or it could mean his prints are on there. It could mean those prints are somebody else's.
Yeah.
There's other people that were in this story that still haven't said anything. That's the thing that's kind of
The best
interesting.
friend?
The people in the back seat, so it's just like, to me, it's taking way too long for it to not. I don't
It's a
know.
long time.
It's a long time for there not to be like.
Something. But you see, they just got Juicy. And that happened 3 years ago.
Well, it just, but the information about Jussie came out immediately.
What year are we in?
2022.
So 2019 is 4 years ago?
3.
3 years ago. Yeah. So that happened 2019.
Yeah, but the legal system. But I'm saying jokes are already being made in stand-up specials.
We still don't know, though.
Jokes were being made in
What you
stand-up
mean?
specials.
You think Smollett did it?
What'd you call him?
What?
What name did you use to call?
King?
Nah.
I don't know.
You said Juicy.
Yeah.
His name ain't Juicy.
Oh,
that
dude.
came from somewhere. Where did that come from? His whole name changed before the.
Damn, Dave Chappelle, you racist bastard. Could you make up another man's name? I saw his brothers and sisters talking, and Journey wasn't there at all.
No.
They had all the other non-working.
She got a career to worry
Journey's
about.
smart. Yeah.
Journey was at home. She was like, I feel bad for you, my man.
Yeah, she's
That
like, I
sucks,
already
bro.
went on a limb thinking that you were telling me the truth.
For real. The sad part is he only got to do 5 months. He'll
Yeah.
get out in 3.
Yeah, but I mean, jail time is jail time, man.
Oh, at the county jail.
Yeah, at the county, bro.
Well, it's not even just the jail time. It's after the fact. What the fuck do you do? You can't do nothing now.
Oh, come
Nah,
on.
he's-
His final performance before he went in was pretty good. I am not suicidal. So Tyler Perry will bring him right back in.
And, I mean, the problem is he's like setting this up to be this very intriguing person. I don't think people really care. I don't think if he wrote a book or tried to do something around this, I don't think people would be interested. I think he's lost all credibility for people because of what he did.
No. Because the Tinder swindler is out there going to club appearances.
Yeah, but that's different.
Okay.
Because what I'm saying is like, so his community is the black community, right? And going out there and creating, well, I'm saying like in his mind.
Why?
In his mind. I mean, you look
Okay.
at the show. He did Empire, like, he
Empire's
was
on Fox, the Bro Network.
true, but I mean, it's like clearly a black show.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Okay, we're just gonna be ignorant right now.
I just thought it was a show.
Okay, cool.
I don't see color.
I've never seen color. Like,
Here
you
we
can't see smells?
Yeah, exactly.
But what I'm saying is like the type of thing he did to fake a hate crime gives the ops the ability to now negate actual hate crimes, because they're always going to be like, well, what if it was like Jussie? So I think he's lost that community that's like, bruh, like you're actually setting us back because you're creating something that actually could have happened in real life. Now everybody's gonna go to this and be like, well, Jussie made something up, so maybe these guys are making something up. You know what I mean? So like, I think that's where he's lost the moral ground that people are gonna be like, I'm gonna support him. I think they just wanted to get him the fuck out of here and be like, dude, you're setting us back from being the way that you are right now.
It's only 150 days.
You gonna do it?
Listen, if I did that and they sent me to county, okay.
What do you think county's like, bruh?
I understand the difference between county jail and prison.
Okay, but county is no walk in the park either.
I understand.
Compared
but for
to
what he
that-
did, he's lucky to have gotten to go to county.
Right.
If he went to prison, they'd be, well, he might have enjoyed that.
I don't-
But
Listen, man.
Yikes!
Okay, we wasn't canceled before. Yeah. Don't put that on there.
You just put them all just to make sure that everybody equal opportunity.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm just saying, prison is the next level. County is not a walk in the park, but it might be a jog.
I mean, I think all of that is terrible. But
But you don't think he should have gone?
No. I'm fine with him going. I think he should be
He's saying all
extremely
levels
punished.
of jail.
What I'm saying is I don't want to minimize jail being like this one's easy. No, there's no such thing as an easy time in jail. But if you do the crime, you got to do the time. And
There's
so
some
I'm
easier
not
jails.
easier, but that's not easy. You know what I mean? So that's
But
what I'm
yeah.
saying. Like, I don't want to minimize that, but what I am saying is I also think that what he did is, I think people don't realize how bad what he did is in my books. I think anytime you fake something like that, whether it be a hate crime, like he said, to try to make it like more racial division, not that we don't have that much there, people that like claim they got raped that weren't raped, like any kind of false accusations that bring down a person or create more divisiveness and all that kind of stuff. I think you should definitely do jail time. I'm happy that the system worked the way that it did.
All right.
I hate that he's just trying to still play the victim. It's like, come on, bro. Like, at what point do you not have accountability for your actions? You over here being like, oh, I went to, the only reason why I'm in jail is because I'm black. All right, bro.
Could be true. Here's my question for you. Who's more harmful to the people? Juicy or BLM?
Both, I think, are in the same boat.
Well, who's at the front of the boat?
Who's driving?
Well, I think BLM because it got because of all the politicians that got involved with that, and the fact that none of that money ended up where it needed to go. A lot of that money, at least. Okay. I think both are detrimental, though. I think anytime you take advantage of a serious issue and you kind of clout chase off of it, which I think BLM did as far as all the money that it raised. Obviously, Jussie did with, what he was trying to do. It's like...
Tupac.
Yeah. I mean, he was really trying to rebrand himself through a victim. I think anytime you're a perpetual victim, and that's going back to how we started this episode with Kanye, that's the thing that's kind of getting to me about what's going on with these rants and stuff like that. Like, I think he has a serious issue, like in the sense, like he's talking about serious stuff as far as fathers in the household. Is there equality when it comes to custody, when it comes to those type of situations? But it's like, you're perpetually a victim. He's never speaking about anything that he's not taking accountability for anything. If he was like, you know what, I could have done this better. I could have done this better. But what you're doing is like not right, not equal to what I'm doing, or it's not right. Like, I'm gonna fix this. Please, let's do this together. That's more like, in my eyes, I'll be like, okay, this is real. But the fact that you're like, dear God, can you please bring my children to Sunday service at 10 a.m.? Like, it's like, dude, you're doing a promo. Everything's a promo. And you just sit there trying to be a victim all the time. I don't like perpetual victims. I'm like, take accountability. There are victims, but even the victims that I strive for are the people that are still trying to do better and not just be like, I'm a victim, feel sorry for me type of stuff. I'm not into that.
Who's a white victim?
Like a legit one?
No, like a Kanye version, but of a white person.
All of them?
Oh, I don't know. Explain that.
Amy Schumer, like any of these.
Well, she's a victim of food.
I mean, like that girl, like any. No, when she was jokes. You remember when she was like, when she was joke stealing, and she was like, when she was jokes. I mean, there's like
she was a
any person that called Hillary
Clinton.
Yeah,
she's a victim.
She acts like it, right? That I'm the reason why I'm not president is because of sexism. Like that kind of stuff.
Well, what can she say now?
Trump. Wouldn't you say Trump is a victim?
Trump plays the victim a lot.
I was my presidency to win. Mm-hmm. It's all fake news. All the votes were accounted for.
Right.
It's me.
Right.
Well, you know what? Let's say somebody was a Trumper, right? Was interested in Trump being president again. I actually think that him not being president this time around is going to make him become president even easier.
Yeah.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, where the country's going right now, bro? Like, dude, these gas prices. And even though I know the president doesn't have anything to do with the gas prices, but I'm just saying, like, shit was cheaper with corrupt.
I went to fill up. I shouldn't say fill up. I went to sprinkle some gas in my car before I got here. It was $5.99. Yeah. I said,
"Oh yeah,
click, click."
Yep.
I put it right back. Yep. I was like, "That's all I need."
So listen, last Sunday I put $87 in my car. Put it on Instagram, right?
Yeah,
and it filled it up. Wow. Yesterday I put $50, and I have a hybrid.
Yeah. How long? And
it filled it up.
So it lasted how long?
$50 because I drove, to the around.
Oh, okay. So you did 88 when?
I did $87 and like 13 cents Sunday.
And by Wednesday you had to put $50 back in.
Yesterday. So what is today?
Oh, today's Sunday.
So Saturday. Literally 1 week later, I had to put $50 more.
Wow.
That's a lot of
money.
But
you did do a lot of driving, though.
I do a lot of driving to go to work. But yeah, I get $5.65 a tank.
I literally the other day.
Oh, your car, that big old thing?
Yeah.
Oh, Lee, how much you pay?
I don't know. I haven't been trying to go to empty. I'm trying to fill it up like every day because it's going up every day. So I'm just like.
It goes up 10 cents a day. You guys know that?
So I'm just trying to I go to Costco, so it doesn't go up as crazy.
Oh,
at
that's
Costco,
true, that's true.
But
I have Costco too, but I don't like them lines.
They go pretty fast.
And it makes the car drive weird.
I
Does
don't
it?
know.
I feel like it does.
I don't think so. But I've been having I had this dream a couple days ago where I was driving. I was on full, and like it just goes to empty every time I drive. It was like a nightmare, bro. Like Groundhog's Day. Like I was back at the pump every single like 2 hours.
Now, this might sound weird, but I feel like that would happen if I had a Tesla.
I feel like with you specifically and technology,
Yeah.
Tesla would say, you're not
I
driving.
don't honestly feel like working today.
Yeah.
The battery's done.
Yeah.
Right now, I drove my friend's Tesla the other night, and he has the Batman wing doors, and it's cool. The only thing I really don't like is the regenerative braking. Okay, so that means when you brake, when you accelerate, you take your foot off the accelerator, it brakes automatically.
Oh, no. I don't
Yeah,
like that.
that's not a great feeling because the vomit just goes right on up to your
Right.
throat every single time. And so I'm driving it, and I just feel the need to like go put some gas in it. Because
Yeah.
it's like I only have 300 miles left. My car gets 250 more miles than that.
Right.
So 300 miles, I'll finish that up in like a day and a half.
Right.
Right.
So to me, I'm like, I don't think this is a great investment because the charging takes a long time, and if you go to the supercharger, isn't it recommended you're not supposed to go to the supercharger every single time, right? So then I would have to take hours to charge.
Yeah, but that's your situation. Not
And that's-
everybody is
well, that
driving.
is my shit. I can only speak on my truth.
That's what I'm saying. But it wouldn't be a good investment for you who drives as much as you do.
Correct.
But most people aren't driving as much as you do. It's an excellent investment.
But is it though?
Yeah.
Let's do the math.
You have zero maintenance fees.
Is that true?
Yeah, there's
That's
nothing.
not 100% true. I'll tell you why. Because if something happens to your Tesla, you can only get Tesla to fix it,
Yeah, but most of the stuff
and it's very expensive.
most of the stuff is all electronic. You don't even have to go to a shop to get it fixed.
Just think what you're saying. Everything car related that's electronic is highly expensive.
What I'm saying is it's not stuff that's breaking.
No,
They could fix it remotely.
so I'll put it to you like this: a friend of mine has a Tesla, and he got his door messed up, and they charged him $8,000 to fix it.
Yeah, I'm assuming, but it's not like with normal gas cars, you have to take it in for maintenance every few months, all that kind of stuff. You don't have to do maintenance like that for Tesla.
Because it's just like a
Yeah, it's just
RC
as
car.
it's just as expensive to fix things as any kind of luxury car.
so there's that.
Yeah.
Now think about the gas, right? How much do we spend on gas? Let's say even with
Right now?
these gas prices, I would spend probably
$400
$400 a month, and in 1 year that's
Close to
$5,000.
$5,000.
$5,000. So it would take okay. So it would take, let's say I bought my car for $10,000, really $6,000, but trade in value and all that stuff. So let's just put it at $10,000. So at the end of the year, I spent $15,000. By 2 years, you spend $20,000. The cheapest Tesla is like $39,000. You would have to drive that thing to break even for years.
Yeah, but you're trying to compare a brand new car to a used car.
Okay, understandably so.
So
But
what about your car, brand new?
but how? What's the option for you to buy a used Tesla?
There isn't.
There you go.
But what I'm saying is like it's not. You can't compare.
Why not?
It's not apples to apples.
Yes, it is.
You're-
Because
you-
Tesla
because-
doesn't give you the option to get a used vehicle, so you have to buy the.
Sure. So you should compare it to buying a brand new version of your car.
I don't think so.
Okay, that makes no sense.
No, it doesn't. But, are you understanding what I'm saying? Tesla doesn't give you the option to buy a
Sure,
cheaper
but
one.
yeah. So
it's not a great investment because it's way too much money for the only option you have. Versus the gas car, you have multiple options to buy a cheaper one.
okay. So yeah, if you don't want a new car, if you're cool with going with a used car,
Okay, so let's say you buy a used car.
Sure.
Okay,
Let's talk about your used car,
A new car.
Okay.
So you could buy a Kia like Sorento or something like that for $19,000,
okay,
brand spanking new. What do you mean? Ugh.
it's not gonna be
Those
19,000.
19,000 is a lot.
You said it's a lot. This guy is going through some things. You see his face?
Well, I'm just saying.
What do you mean?
Okay, let's just say $20,000 car.
Okay, let's say a $20,000 car.
Yeah.
You still spend $5,000 on gas.
Right.
So let's say you buy the car, it costs $20,000. Mm-hmm. A year into it, you spend $5,000 on gas.
Mm-hmm.
That's $25,000. 2 years in, you bought $5,000 more of gas. That's what, $30,000, right? You're still about 10 grand less than what you would have spent on your Tesla.
Sure, but then you're not talking about oil changes.
Okay, oil change
maintenance.
once every 3 to 4 months. You spent $35
$35 for an oil change?
for a regular conventional. Yeah,
Interesting.
If you just go to the Jiffy Lube,
Jiffy Lube, or you go to a American Tire Depot, you spend
Okay.
$30 to $40. So that's 4 times a year. That's $120. So the break even the math doesn't make any sense.
I mean, it depends on what you value. Because at the end of the day, if you're also somebody that's like, I want to help the environment and all this kind of stuff.
Doesn't help the environment whatsoever.
Okay. Gas emissions don't help the environment?
Yeah, but what powers electricity in the United States?
kites.
Almost.
It
Ben
depends.
Franklin.
Ben Franklin.
It depends on what grid you're on.
Coal and fossil fuels. It's the
there you
same
go.
thing. It's the same thing. So to me, the math doesn't make sense and the morals don't make any sense. So, and then also, I got to charge the thing.
You sure do. And if you hook one up to your house, that's a whole other power bill.
That's what somebody was telling me. But I guess you can sign up for a thing and get it cheaper. See, that's to me, I'd rather drive. I was about to say something crazy. I was going to say I'd rather drive your Jaguar, but at the same time, I would not rather. I would drive the hybrid Jaguar.
I mean, I think you're bringing up valid points and stuff like that. But people are buying Teslas. One, it's a good car. Two, it's, in their mind, they're electric over gas. And, people like it's the same reason why people buy the brand new iPhone, even though it's like overpriced and all that kind of stuff. Is the
Fancy schmancy.
Would you buy one?
a Tesla? Yeah, absolutely.
Would you trade in yours and get it? Because you can get some good money for your car right now.
I just like my car too much, so probably not. But I definitely
You like your car that much?
Yeah,
It's P.
it's P. It's P.
Chris, would you get a new car?
No, for what? Are you kidding me? I'm like 1 month away from paying off my car.
What's your car note?
254.
254?
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
really
Oh,
good.
you got it in
2016.
16?
Yeah.
That's pretty dang good. How much you put down?
$2,000.
Oh.
Yeah.
From the junk car.
Yeah. So
Yes.
yeah, the DMV had a program. I don't know if they still have it, but you could like squish your car and they'll give you $1,500.
Squish.
Yeah.
I like that you said squish.
Yeah.
Squish your
I don't know what do you
I
call
think
it.
I dropped you off to
When
that,
you,
right?
like, did you? I think you did.
Yeah.
Demolish.
Yeah, when you put it in a cube,
Compact.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That car was all right, though.
I missed that car.
Yeah, if you put it on Pit My Ride, that car would have came out all right.
It really, yeah.
It had big D
Today
energy.
though, for $5.99, I'm glad I don't have it anymore.
Uh-huh.
But I
Hell
miss
yeah.
that car sometimes. It's
Yeah,
fun.
yeah.
It's like driving a boat.
I drive everyone on eco mode right now.
Yes. I clicked that thing. Well, I haven't driven in like months, but as soon as I pulled out the driveway, I clicked the eco.
Boom.
Yeah.
I be getting on the freeway driving slow.
Yes.
Turn the AC
Because you
off.
know that eco
roll the window
mode make your car like make some noises it's not supposed to. You accelerate over 40, it's like hey.
Yeah, it's the one employee that's still at lunch.
Right. Yeah.
Would you guys need me? Yeah.
All right, here we
So what do you guys think? Should we drill in America?
down. Hell yeah.
What do you think?
Sure.
We're such men.
Yeah, I'm into all of that.
Sure, that's what.
Sure,
I don't see what the problem is.
I mean, I don't know. It depends. Fuck up the environment, but then you also get more jobs. But
Okay.
then you fuck up a bunch of land, but then I'm sure they pay out the landowners, whoever they are.
But what about us destroying the environment in other countries?
Yeah,
Hey, we could destroy their country. Ours got to be nice.
that's it.
You need it. All right. So yeah, I think that we should, even if it's temporarily, and also there's technology to see where the pipes are.
For sure. I mean, I think that at the end of the day, we keep thinking about,
Ukraine. We stand with Ukraine. 2 weeks to flatten the war.
well, everything is
That
about,
was so sudden.
everything's about like thinking about the future and hey, let's not pass this debt on to the future, all this kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, it's the same people that are being affected by it, and it's us. You know what I mean? It's not the rich people that have that are affected by this. So it's like the elites that are making all these decisions that are like, yeah, you guys, you might have to pay a little bit more at the pump to defend freedom and all. It's like, come on, same thing with COVID. Like, you guys have to mask up. You guys have to stay home. You guys have to, get your money all messed up. But hey, our stuff, we're going to be at French Laundry unmasked. We're going to keep our businesses open. We're going to, all that kind of stuff. It's the same thing. And they're doing it again in a different way.
You better watch out. They took that Trump interview off of YouTube. You saw it? You saw it?
Nah.
That full send?
What did he say?
He didn't say anything. They just had a Trump interview and they took it off of YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's true or not, but I heard Trump's about to go on Joe Rogan. At least there's a rumor that's spreading.
That would be awesome.
It's going to be a funny conversation.
The first 10 minutes, he would be like, look at the birds. They're dead.
We did a lot of shooting, a lot of blasting. Canines, or as I like to call them, dogs.
I love that video.
That's one of my favorites.
Joe Biden was actually very presidential in that video because he
was.
was like, our military ops.
We got him.
Yeah. As you guys would like to say, dogs. We knocked at the front door. That's what a normal person would do.
They didn't even think to use the front door. Go to the front door, knock, knock.
Oh my gosh, how could we not have a jacuzzi?
I don't know what you guys are talking about right now, but
You be lost, huh?
yeah.
That's all right. I'll send you the video.
Yeah, send it to him. I felt like I sent it to you, but maybe not. So yeah, drill in America. Do it. We have oil.
Right. I dare you.
Yeah, please. Boy, if gas prices was like $2 in California, boy, I would be in the worst place.
Let me tell you how crazy it is right now in LA. Mm-hmm. So we got this gas price thing. I went to this restaurant yesterday I was telling you about. Right. So it's on 2nd and San Pedro, so downtown LA. Mm-hmm. So it's a really nice restaurant. Ended up paying over $100 for 2 meals and whatever. Right?
I'm sorry, you didn't go alone.
No. It was a date.
I went to this fancy restaurant by myself.
It was a date.
I do that.
It was a date.
Okay.
But
okay,
so you take yourself to Olive
everything
Garden.
was cool. Date was great. But so we leave after the restaurant. I go to where my car's parked. We see like literally not even a quarter of a block away, a fire truck ambulance wheeling somebody out of an apartment complex on a gurney into the ambulance, right? Across the street, literally across the street from this ambulance, we see a woman with a bat breaking in the windows of her alleged boyfriend because he's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Like smashing the windows of this car. Half a block away is this bougie, really nice restaurant, bro. This is LA. Is wild. And we like literally the girl that I was with and myself were just like, it's just like not even surprising at this point.
What do you think is the issue? Is it drugs? Is it politics?
I think it's a combination of all that. I think that the politics in this state is really messing things up. Not because of lack of because I think it all comes from at least the thought process of why certain policies and stuff like that have good intentions behind it, but in reality, the way that they're actually implemented, what actually happens when you give that type of leeway that they do, man, it's gone to shit. It's gone bad. Like everywhere there's tents. Like it's not safe. Where's safe anymore? I don't know. In LA, it's people are breaking into cars all over the place. I keep hearing about it.
I hear that every single day.
Yeah.
Somebody broke into my car. I hear it every single day.
Yeah.
Yeah. Every day.
And nobody's safe. Nobody's safe. Like it doesn't matter if you live in Beverly Hills with all that money or you live, in Inglewood. Either way, you're dealing with the same type of stuff. And
we got to go to Orange County.
Orange County's different, bro. It's different in Orange County. I love Orange County too.
That's one of my dreams.
I'll probably
Did I ever take you to Huntington? Yeah, that's one of my spots.
No, I don't think so.
I'm taking active steps to move back to Orange County. Active steps.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
What bank are you gonna work at over there?
Same.
Damn, Big Daddy. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what's up. What part?
Depends on what I end up getting in, where I end up getting into. But
I'll know, but I'll know how much money you make based on where you live. If you tell me you live in Anaheim, I'll be like, bro, you should just stay right here.
I'm hoping Lake Forest.
Where?
Lake Forest.
I never even heard of that. That's how you know you got
That's
money.
how you know.
When they got a lake in the middle of the forest.
That's facts. All right, I'll give it to you.
Oh, that was good. That was a good one.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, the rent to me sounds insane.
Yeah.
Living by yourself, but I feel like you won't be living by yourself.
I will.
Okay. She'll live there for free.
Nah, I might get a couple dogs though.
Everybody's been saying that. That's how you know gas prices are not high enough. When you want to take responsibility for some other celestial beings
First
or
of all,
whatever.
you take that shit back. Gas prices aren't high enough.
If you want to add things to your life that cost money, clearly you got it.
I don't know about all that. And just because you got it, don't mean it's what you want to spend it on.
That's true. But you're the one who said it. Listen, I'm trying to stay local nowadays. Okay, my thighs are gonna stop rubbing together very, very soon because I'm gonna be walking a lot of places. I'll tell you that. Even with my hybrid, they just return on. I'm like, no. Yeah, LA's a hot mess. And that brings us to the fact that we might have a new mayor soon.
You think Garcetti's gone?
Do you think Garcetti's gone?
When's the election?
I couldn't tell you.
Is it 2020? Is he up in 2020?
Hey Siri, when is the Los Angeles mayoral election?
It's got to be 2020.
Okay,
Your-
I found this on
your
the web for
computer's
when is the
telling
Los Angeles mayoral election. Check it
November
out.
8th.
November 8th,
2020?
2022.
2022, yeah.
You're living in the past.
2022, yeah.
So we have Garcetti, the mayor, and we have another guy named Rick Caruso who's running. Have you heard of Rick Caruso?
No.
Okay, Rick Caruso is a former Republican, now Democrat, billionaire real estate entrepreneur.
Oh.
And in his ads, have you heard of Rick Caruso? Mm-mm. Okay, so in his ads, he's very like, yo, we have a problem, crime, homeless, blah, blah, blah. So my main thing about that is his political history. I think, kind of like Donald Trump, when they were one thing for a long time
Right.
and they switch, it's just kind of like you're playing politics.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But which politician isn't?
Barack Obama, the only look at his face. You saw that? Did you cut to him? Do it again. Barack Obama was the only best, politician ever in history.
Why? What's three things he's done that helped you?
He, number one, was number two. Black, number two. If The Rock became president, I'd be like, he was black. Yay. And I would support him. If Will Smith became president, I'd be like, he's president annoying, but he's great. I love him. I'm just kidding. I love Will Smith. Yeah.
But anyways, back to Rick Russo.
So Rick Caruso is running. I don't know anybody else because he takes up all of the ad space on YouTube.
It's kind of wild in LA because, we had that DA that, when the George Floyd stuff happened, a lot of stuff came out about how she had like 400 cases.
Jackie Lacey.
Yeah.
Say her name.
400. I forgot her name, but like Jackie Lacey, she was DA for a long time, right?
Yes.
She had 400 cases of police brutality, and she didn't end up charging any of them. Mm-hmm. So I think it was like, get her the fuck up out of here. But the new DA is like,
don't charge anybody.
yeah,
with anything.
you don't charge anybody with anything, unless you're police. You know, like that.
It takes more time to do the paperwork than the people do in prison,
right,
or in jail.
Yeah, so it's like, do you just want to? I think that was a big lesson to just because you want to get somebody the fuck up out of here, like new isn't always better. You know what I mean? So I think that I would see Garcetti getting the fuck up out of here because he is a coalition of people that hate him. You know what I mean? It's like business owners hate him, like left hates him, right hates him because it's just like, bro,
Because he was breathing at the basketball game.
yeah. No, he held his breath. Got it. But it's just like the amount, especially like seeing how the rest of these states that just handled it differently, or even forget the states, even in this state, It's much different living in Orange County through COVID than it was living in Los Angeles.
100%.
When I went back home to Bakersfield, it's a different environment than Los Angeles.
Yep.
San Diego is different. It seems like Los Angeles, San Francisco made it a point to like take this to the extreme, and I think it wore on a lot of people. And it's funny, you know, being at the bank, man, you hear a lot of conversations. And remember, I think we used to talk about it like maybe a couple years ago, like people were afraid to speak on conservative type things. People were afraid to say they were a Republican, quote unquote, right? They ain't afraid no more. Now they're just like, fuck all of this. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I think that
They're
the
horrible.
fact that people are getting more confident to speak on those type of things, I think is just frustration.
Yeah.
You know,
it is.
and so I think Garcetti's probably going to be the way that people take out their frustrations. So.
Now, it really depends on who's running, okay? Because if Larry Elder ran, Garcetti got another 50 years. All right. So,
But Rick Russo sounds kind of like Rick Ross, so he might have the whole...
Rick Caruso.
He should go by Rick Russo.
The biggest cocaine I had.
Hey.
Los Angeles.
And then just have Rick Ross do all of his his music for his ads.
So, what if you were running, and I want to kind of hear from Ceballos, because I don't actually know what affects Ceballos' life. If you were running for mayor of Los Angeles, what do you think would be your primary focus?
I don't know. There's a lot. I don't know. I think the homeless issue is a really big,
Like how they identify?
yeah, and how they handle it and all that. So I
Homeless.
think that would probably be my primary focus.
What about you?
Yeah, it would all be geared towards incentivizing business in the state. So first thing is clean up the streets as much as possible. I would open back up the mental institutes, like put a lot of money into that to try to help, you know, with the human aspect of a lot of these individuals are dealing with like mental, like just mental type of health issues. So treat them like humans again, get them into hospitals, like to really treat that type of stuff. You know, something to get, you know, like drug addiction, stuff like that. Clean up the streets, make it safe again, and then incentivize entrepreneurs to come back and create businesses in this city. Like that's like the biggest thing that's affected. You know, businesses are leaving. When businesses leave, jobs leave. You know, housing prices have gone like crazy. So like, but the wages haven't gone up with it. So it's just like bring back competition, bring back entrepreneurs, make them excited about opening up businesses, creating the industry, like help them make more money. And like when people hear that, they just think, oh, billionaires. No, most entrepreneurs aren't millionaires. Most entrepreneurs are people that are making, you know, $100,000, $200,000, maybe even less. But give them more of their money, keep that in their pocket so they could reinvest in their businesses, hire more people, like create that kind of stuff. I think that's what it is. And then just focus on community again. Like there's not communities in LA anymore. There's like
Hoods and neighbors.
there's hoods, but like it's like everybody's afraid of everybody else because you don't know anymore. There's so much desperation here in LA that it's like when people are desperate, you can't be your true self. And I would want to make it safe, clean up the streets, get back to community, like try to diffuse as much hate as possible. I know that's like, this is like a wish list. It's going to be a lot of work, but there's got to be somebody who can bridge both sides.
So the other day I saw Garcetti post that if we want to bring Los Angeles back to its former glory, we're going to need to up our tourism. Everybody needs to want to start coming back to LA. Now, this reminds me of something that I experienced in December. I had a family member friendish that came from Florida, and if you know anything about people from Miami, nothing's greater than Miami.
Right.
So they came over here, and they looked around. I brought them to all the spots, the lights. You know the lights where Ashton Kutcher kissed that girl. I brought them to every amazing spot that everyone goes, ooh, I saw this on Instagram. And then 2016, it worked. At the end of 2021, they said, we got one of these in Miami. It's a lot better.
And we ain't got to wear a mask everywhere.
Yeah, they wore their mask. But, you know, yes. So then it made me think about something else. Last night I went to Irvine. Went to a brand new neighborhood in Irvine, and I stopped the car. I was in the car with a little girl. I stepped out, and I just looked around me. There's people walking around with their dogs, talking to their neighbors. How was your week? I was like, is it Halloween? Because you know when you see people outside, it's Halloween.
Nah.
They're going to go.
In L.A.
Yeah, in L.A. It's like, oh, okay. We all know not to shoot on Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
And I mentioned that. I was just like, people are outside.
Yeah.
Walking and talking to their neighbor. That's crazy. She was like, what are you talking about? I live in L.A. She lives like right outside of it, or like, you know, in the posh areas.
Mm-hmm.
So to me, I said, oh, we need that back here in L.A.
Right.
Now, what you said about business owners is important. If you don't have the right to keep your own hard-earned dollars, I'm going to go somewhere that allows me to do that. Here's why it's important for you to keep your money. Because when you keep your money, you put it to work. Y'all know that, right?
Yeah.
People just think that because you have money, the more money you have and you just have it sitting somewhere, the less money you have.
Yeah. People just think they're hoarding it.
Yeah,
It's
that's just not how it works.
not. Right.
If you're a real intelligent person, you're putting it to work.
Right. Or you're
That's why
spending it.
that's why when everybody said that they didn't agree with Kim Kardashian's statements, it's stupid. Sorry. What is wrong with people to this point where when someone says you have to work for something and they say, whoa,
Yeah.
what is that all about? It doesn't matter how rich you are. You have to put in the work. Mike Tyson famously blew through $300 million. 50 Cent through $100 million. I don't think homie with the pants ever seen another dollar in his life again. You know what I'm talking about? MC Hammer with the pants. Never seen another 40. T-Pain blew through $40 million. You got to put the work in.
Right.
It doesn't matter what you got in life. It's what you're able to do with it. Mm-hmm. That's what life is all about. So if I was running, I would, number one, incentivize people not to work, but to be of service to one another. What is the point of your life when you're just here to exist? I don't think we have a drug problem. I think we have a purpose problem. People don't know what they're here to do.
Right.
And they get upset at the people who work for things and get things. Why don't you just figure out what you want to do?
Even if you don't figure that, because I think that's tough to figure out what you want to do, but at least have something that you can do.
Set a goal.
Right. Or even
Something.
just be a part of something. Like I said, be a part of a community. Be a part of something that moves forward. Not something that's just
Go to church.
window dressing. You know what I mean? There's too much virtue signaling out
There
in this
is.
world. And so that's what I think becomes a problem. It's like shit isn't getting done.
It's true. And everybody wants. That's another thing that bothers me. Everybody wants, but nobody wants to give.
Right. They'd rather they'll tweet about it. They'll change the frame in their Facebook picture to but they won't actually treat the person next to them the way that they're
saying that they would.
Yeah.
We have to get back to a place where as much as you want is as much as you give.
Right.
Period. So that's what I would tell people. When JFK said it's not about what the country could do for you, what did he say?
What can you do for your country?
You have to be of service to one another. If you're not, you're a loser. And here's the thing. People take losing too harsh. What's wrong with you? You're supposed to lose some things. Yeah. You're supposed to be going through some things sometimes. How's your jaw going to get harder?
Muscles don't get bigger unless they get ripped apart.
We're not the French.
What you mean?
They have inbreeding. Their jaws are soft. You ever seen that?
Nah.
They got soft jaws.
Yeah, I felt like you were really going somewhere well with this.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
You took
I'm sorry.
You took a weird left.
Hey, je parle français. Je peux parler avec toi aussi.
Hey.
If that's what you need to hear, but I'm just saying. That's not what our culture is.
Right.
It's not for people to lose a couple times. Do you know how much complaining I hear from talentless people? Oh, they didn't like me. Well, try again.
figure out what they
Learn
didn't like.
something. What is it that didn't like so you could better yourself? Why does everybody think they deserve everything?
That's what goes back, and I was mentioning with the Kanye thing, and just in general, and I think it has a problem to do with California. It's just this forever victim.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? It's like, and there are actual victims,
sure.
but in all situations, there are things that we could do better. There's places where we can hold ourselves accountable, and if all you I guess glamorize, or all you put in front of the camera is the victim, never dealing with the nuances in the situations, talking about where we could be accountable and all that kind of stuff, we're not really trying to progress to move forward. All we're doing is virtue signaling, and that's what I think the biggest issue with LA is. It's a huge virtue signal type city when it comes to policy, and it goes back into the Hollywood thing. Everything's for show, everything's for clicks, everything is for it's not actual about substance. It's about the wrapping paper, not really what's in the package type of thing.
True. And here's the thing. I'm going to tell you guys specifically. If you're 22, 23, 24, you don't deserve whatever it is you feel you did. Number one, you got to learn, young people, learn to make really good decisions young. You have every piece of information at the tip of your fingers.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I did when I went back to school? I typed in what degree makes me the most money. You know why? Because my first degree made me none. Had to learn that.
Yeah.
You guys have all the information at the tip of your finger. Number one, take accountability for your actions. When you're 16, somebody got to tell you, hey, the thing that you want to do, don't invest all your money into that. Maybe invest your time. Maybe invest your time, because your money is going to grow exponentially. It's called compound interest. But your time, you have it. Number one. Number two, you don't deserve anything if you don't have the ability to be valuable somewhere. If you've never done it before, you're going to have to take that little crappy job. You know why? Because you'll always be able to look back at where you started. Somebody incentivize people to want to help others again. Somebody.
And I think a lot of what you're talking about, like revamping what we learn in school. Like right now, it's too much about feelings. It's not enough about substance. Like
They don't teach math anymore.
Teach financial literacy. They should teach financial literacy. What's credit? How do you get better credit? How do you not mess up your credit? What is investment of time? What are the highest paying jobs? Why are these jobs higher paying than other jobs? Like things like that, where if people have more information, they could make better decisions. And like you said, like it shouldn't be about, like, we shouldn't minimize or like sweep underneath the rug failure. Like we're trying with
You're
the
supposed to fail.
participation trophies. Like, oh, you tried, so that's all that matters. It's like, nah, it's okay. Like trying definitely matters, but if you didn't,
It's the first step.
it's the first step. And if you didn't accomplish what you were aiming for, it's not the end of the world. But we do have to adjust. We can't just sit there, wallow in our feelings, and be like, oh, I'm not good enough. No. What did I do? Let us learn how to assess what we did wrong, what we can fix. But you can't do that if you're perpetually the victim.
Look at how lucky Michael Jordan is, right? He's so lucky he couldn't make his middle school team. He's so lucky he got so upset about it that he put the work in, that he was so lucky that he was able to make a team, that he was so lucky that he was able to be so great, and he was so lucky to be able to make as much money as he made, so he was so lucky enough that he had to give it all back to everybody else. Look at how lucky that guy is. Right. Look at how lucky Shaq is to be that large and to be that slow, but to still figure it out. He was so lucky that now he's blessing other people. He's just that lucky. Mm-hmm. Put the work in. Somebody get some experience and figure it out. Yeah.
Preach.
Chris?
Nah.
Look at how lucky he was to be in Kazam.
That's
Think about that.
That's facts.
Yeah, I'm real passionate about this perpetual victimhood thing because I think it's messing up society.
Take a breath.
He has to zen himself.
What time is it? Are we done?
We're done.
All right, guys. This was a good episode. Did you enjoy yourself?
Absolutely, always.
Yes.
Chris with the lighting. I'm hoping that we could put a little something out, these little clips. And you know where you can find these little clips?
Where, LB?
On our Instagram page,
Hey.
where we share fun memes, relatable pictures and images and topics. And you can follow us. Where's that?
MOI podcast.
At MOI Podcast on Instagram. You can also listen to us every single week on Tuesdays. And with that being said, watch our shows also on YouTube, Men on the Internet Podcast. And until next week, make sure you especially wear protection.
Oh.